I mean, I've got a tasty beverage here, which is totally legal.
Go ahead, take a drink.
Hello.
I got multiple angles, and so I can always cut away for those awkward moments.
Just, can you superimpose like a Coca-Cola or something else?
Whenever you take a drink, I'll just hold this in front of it. This is called cheap compositing.
I actually have this tumor attached to my head, which moves towards my mouth.
Hi, John here, and welcome to the 6th episode of Sports Racer Interviews, an opportunity to get to know the sports racers, the folks who populate the forums at Zafrank.com, just a little bit better. This episode is the second of a multi-part interview with Lauren Margaux, known in the sports racer community as Sassypants. If you missed part 1, you can check it out by clicking right here, if your YouTube browser supports embedded links, or find the link in the video description. Additionally, I've also created a Meet the Sports Racers YouTube playlist that presents each episode in sequential order. And if I've done this correctly, you can start from the beginning of episode 1 by clicking right here, if embedded links are active in your YouTube browser. In this episode, we explore artistic creativity and alcohol consumption. Not that there's necessarily a connection, but there could be, right? Anyway, want to know more about this project? Check out the info in the video description. Read up, jump on board, and hopefully we'll see you around in the forums. Okay, let's go. What's your creative outlet?
Okay, that's hard because if someone asked me that and I wasn't being interviewed, if someone was just asking in passing, I would just say that I'm a painter because that's the easiest thing. And I am a painter, but I also draw, and apparently I carve stamps now, and, just making those postcards. I was spray painting, I was trying nail polish stuff, I was trying all manners of different mediums. I've worked with sculpture, I've worked with watercolors, I've worked with mixed everything, so it's easier just to say that I'm an artist and not necessarily, I guess, a visual artist then. Okay. I'm not a musician, I appreciate music, but primarily I'm a visual artist.
A visual artist with a wide range of mediums that you use to express your vision. Whatever
I happened to find on the ground that day, yeah.
I saw a video you posted yesterday, a link to, I think, was you doing Chalk It Up.
Oh my God.
Chalk drawing on a sidewalk.
Yeah, that's actually in my hometown. They do it every year. It's Labor Day weekend. And I had a friend that passed away 2 years ago, Labor Day weekend. And so it's now turned into a memorial piece that I do in chalk at this event called Chalk It Up in Sacramento. And that video, I think, was from the local news.
Yeah.
We were doing a promo piece, and they asked me to come out really early in the morning and just draw in chalk. So I said, okay. I had no idea what I was doing. And that was the second time I'd ever worked in chalk. But yeah, I got fired from a painting job. It was one of my first jobs when I moved back into Sacramento, and there was a lady who was painting umbrellas, and they were her designs. She just needed someone to mass produce these paintings, and I just can't do that because it wasn't my design, and she wanted me to paint really fast and flawless, which I don't know if she's got her thing down, but it was impossible for me. So I told her that I was having love problems and started crying and told her that I had to quit. Actually, she was kind of firing me, but I pretended like I was also quitting at the same time. It was one of those. It
was a mutual decision to have you not be there anymore.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty miserable for me. So, yeah, I've had a few experiences with trying to do art for money or in support of something. And there's actually a great thread about that right now that someone had put up.
I've been reading that, and it's all highs and lows.
It's excruciating.
The highs being that you're expressing something and putting something together, but...
Well, there's two different things. There's doing art for businesses, like graphic design or some other kind of, you're selling your artwork or you're selling your ability to do artwork. And then there's also someone like me who just paints because I have to. I paint because I have to. And then,
the creative side, not married to the business side.
Right, and then if I wanted to sell my paintings, then I could, and then I'd have to go into that whole marketing thing.
Right.
But I refuse to do that. I hate selling paintings. I hate putting a price on something that I've created. The only thing that I'd be willing to do is sell prints at this point, because I don't know. The original is just so... I never feel like it's done, I guess.
You had a post in there about something... There was one specific line that jumped out, if I remember it was you, about...
Probably if it was brilliant.
The artist... Yeah, totally, huh? There you go.
Kidding.
No, it's awesome. No, you are, though. You are brilliant.
Thank you.
No worries.
Paid a lot for that.
Then the artist gets paid to sell the paintings. Not exactly that wording.
I stole that from somewhere else.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it's that we don't get paid to paint. We get paid to sell paintings.
Right, exactly.
And it's not like the whole Medici era, Renaissance thing where we would be commissioned to do, hey, here's a wall, do your thing. But make Jesus a part of it. But I don't know. I don't understand how they can do commission. I've done commissions before too, and It's hard. It's really hard to remove yourself. And I imagine acting is a lot of the same sort of anguish. Where look, it's someone else has written this character, and you're playing this character, but you have to remove yourself and also connect with it at the same time.
It's a very difficult collaborative effort to make a vision that might not be your own come to life, and yet still have you in there somewhere.
Well, or if you do end up connecting with it and they end up hating it, then you have to destroy something that you've birthed. So, art is a weird one, which is why I've just pretty much removed myself from anything that has to do with art and money. And I volunteer and I do a lot of artwork, and I have an idea for a nonprofit that I'd like to do in the near future. But otherwise, I volunteer to do, friends flyers for shows.
Yeah.
Or I love, community work. There's a club in Sacramento that's drink and draw. So we all get together and have a pint and just draw together. There's no theme or anything. It's a lot of comic book dudes, and they're really nice. But yeah, I like to keep art and money separate. I start feeling really strange about it if I have to.
Fair enough.
Pop open the beer.
I don't have any tolerance whatsoever.
Really? What's my nails?
This
is gonna be...
I don't process alcohol well.
I didn't have any nails left.
So it really hits me really hard, really fast, and then I get this rash. I get this patches all over, and you can feel the heat off of my skin from far away. And then about half an hour later, I'm pretty much okay. It just my metabolism just
Is it worth it? I mean, is it painful enough to make you not drink?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, that's fair.
No, I enjoy it. I'm at home and I will drink.
What do you drink?
Red wine, I really enjoy. A friend of mine just gave me a really nice bottle of homemade mead, so I'm enjoying that a great deal. And a wide range of beers, but my favorite beer is this one beer called Chimay. It's a Belgian beer.
Yeah.
Like 3 kinds, and the blonde one is my...
Chimay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'll fuck you up too, man. Well, me anyway. That's
why I go for quantity, once again. Quantity, not quality. Because I like just sitting around drinking beer. Actually, I helped out a friend yesterday. They're doing a podcast that they're just starting.
Yeah, on what?
It's called Up in Smoke.
Like a Cheech and Chong movie?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But my friend, 2 of them were smoking cigars. And this is their second podcast. I don't think they've released it yet. And it's funny, they say what the theme is going to be, what the topic. Today's topic is, I think it was crazy diets or something. The first one was healthcare reform. And they went through the entire hour of the podcast and just came up at the very end. Which is that became the running gag.
Relevance to the topic.
Yeah.
That's
so then
funny.
we did crazy diets, and that did come up for a while, but there was some beer involved there. What was the whole point of this? See, this is my problem. So I start going off on this tangent about the podcast. We're talking about drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, because I wanted to sit down. We had 2 hours of chatting that is going to be edited down to 1 hour, and I didn't want to, start slamming Guinness or something and just get drunk in the first half an hour.
I don't see why not. I mean, I've listened to some of your calls to the SRDD. And, they're awesome.
I love those calls. Anyone watching this, call. And actually, it needs to be fixed, so we shouldn't plug it yet.
Okay.
Because every time, I have called in a few times.
You have indeed, and they're wonderful.
No, I'm saying recently, and I call in, it says application error.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Someone needs to fix that. I have a lot of drinking-related activities.
Yeah.
Like the drink and draw, and the podcast, and every major event, and Tuesdays, and... So.